Torpeer. This is a weird one for me. Channel called GigTube. I don't know. This is a weird one. He put up one of them there text polls asking which DoorDash centric GigTuber. Centric? Anyway, would you most ride along with? He's asking basically in a nutshell, which one would you most want to ride along with to show you how to make big bucks on DoorDash? First of all, this ain't the 5th grade. Alright, well, he's got the vote thing going on. He's got Pedro, Zach, Bentley, and Blake, and Bri. Is this going to come down to a gender thing? Why is Bri on there? Why? Because she's cute? That's silly. No. I don't think that was fair. Because you got Pedro at the top. Can you imagine driving around for the shift with Pedro? Just hear me out. Why? To hear him complain all day? Just yippity-yappity complain all day? While you're trying to learn how to make big bucks on any gig app, all he'd be telling you to do is leave the gig apps. Have a backup plan. Say, hey man, can you pull over? I gotta go to the restroom real quick. Yeah, but when you go to the restroom, make sure you have a backup plan. When you do this, make sure you have a backup plan. When you decline, make sure you have a backup plan. I'd be like, when are we gonna make some money? Well, he's been declining for the last hour and a half. I don't know. You got Zach, Mr. Healthy Dose of Humor, who has learned eloquently how to cuss in an ad revenue shared video. You gotta wait for 15 to 20 seconds after it starts before you can say the fuck word, apparently. At least I'm sort of learning that. Zach actually has a lot to offer as far as straight up opinions that are really kind of strongly based on what's going on in the gig apps. I'll give him that. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's so much of a ride along with Zach as it would be like having a big old bonfire with a bunch of fucking people smoking blunts, drinking and having a good time, turning on some good fucking music, you know what I mean? And just fucking listen to that man talk for 20, 30 minutes about what he thinks is fuckery about the gig apps. I'd be down with that. About driving around with him? I don't know that you get a word in edgewise, honestly. I don't know that you would. But that's not really what this question was for. It wasn't about having a conversation. It was about learning how to do it. So, Bentley? I don't get that one either. Apparently nobody else does. It's your one with 0%. Bentley? You mean Bentley? DoorDash Diaries Bentley? Did I get that right? Why would anybody want to do a ride along with him? You know everything that comes out of his mouth has been paid for. He's basically a billboard for a gig app. That's what he does. He's a billboard for a gig app. And every once in a while he gets to drop in on lives and be the man of the hour because he's being paid by a gig app. I'm sorry, I must have missed something. Ride along with him? No. I need to learn how to make the money. I don't want to learn how to be a suck up. No. Blake? Actually, when Blake first started, I probably would have did a ride along with him. I think the biggest reason for that is in the very beginning, he really seemed to have his click going with how the app worked. He was just clicking along, showing his stats. He was making money, or at least it looked like he was. But then he got fake and fraud and all that stuff. I'm like, I don't want to be associated with that, so he would be out, man. I wouldn't even be on a ride along with him in the car behind him, you know, with the cameras on the sides, just watching him go. Because you know at some point you're just going to get jacked up. I'm surprised he hasn't been, like, shot at or something. He's fucked over too many people. That's not the kind of ride along I don't think it'd be a ride along. I think it would be a drive-by. And again, with Bri, I don't get that one. And I think the reason that this GigTube brought that up is because Bri's a good-looking woman. I think that's it. Bri's got all kinds of game when it comes to running multiple apps, and she's very positive. But at the end of the day, I think that she's best left alone as far as watching for a few minutes. If you don't know how to use the app, she'd probably be a great person to show you how to use the app real quick, and you get the fuck out of the car and go about your business, because you'd be sidetracked the rest of the day. You wouldn't have any opportunity to make any money because you'd be constantly stroking it in the bathroom or somewhere else. She'd be like, come on, get out of the bathroom, we gotta go, the clock's ticking on this delivery. You'd like, I'll be right there, I'll be right there. Oh, call me a sexist, but it is what it is. The one I didn't understand that didn't show up on here was Mr. Flex. Mr. Flex. What happened to Mr. Flex? He's got the best music. He's got, by far, the best attitude. He's not negative at all when he's driving. As a matter of fact, he's just tapping his fingers. He's on the large rotor program, too. He's also got the best goodies. I ain't saying he's using them while he's driving. I'm just saying he's got the best goodies. So when it's break time, it's fucking break time, baby. And he just got a good attitude altogether about the gig apps. He doesn't have any problem. He doesn't see what everybody else sees. He's like, yeah, everybody's crying and complaining, but him. So if I wanted to learn how to use the gig apps, first thing I want to do is be around somebody that is making the money, is calm and collected, and positive, and not complaining the whole goddamn day. And at the end of the day, when you're counting your money, you have a little treat. You feel me? Puff, puff, give, motherfuckers. So, and then that would be one, and then so would the DoorDash Revolution, because the DoorDash Revolution is also low-key. I think that he could also be a good influence for somebody that wanted to learn how to do it. Positive energy, positive outlook, probably got some good stories too. I don't know about his personal life, but as far as drinking and smoking, that's all personal. Nobody knows what he does, but that ain't what we're here talking about. I'd choose either I'd choose either Flex or the Rev. Personally, I don't know. They missed this vote thing. It blows me away, because this vote thing almost made sense until I saw who was on it. And I could tell the Bri was a dead giveaway. I'm like, oh, you sucked everybody into that with Bri, didn't you? I mean, obviously she's a cutie, dude. Come on, man. And that was. You should have left Bri off and brought in Flex and Rev, is what I think. There's a couple other ones too, but you've only got 5 spots here. One of them don't make no sense. And I don't understand why you use Blake either. Are you going by the ones with all the views? Oh, you're going by the views. Oh, that's totally different. Just because somebody got a lot of views don't mean that they're doing it right. That just means they're doing YouTube right, bro. Ain't got shit to do with gig apps. It's YouTube. Big difference. Pedro's already moved on anyway. What's he even doing on the list? He's already moved on. He's already told everybody he's about done with it.